Yeah.
I'm ready for this to be over. There's the jobs. I do ask of you the same thing I ask the kids. If you could please, if you work in the area, just clean up after the area. Pretty please. I don't add the pretty please for them sometimes. Maybe I should.
I was going to, but I wanted to burn that stuff, and I asked you if you had a burn pile, and you did not.
We have one now. I just prefer to not kill the grass in the areas that I actually want the grass. If you could do that, it'd be great. Did a lot of walking in this place. I don't know about you, but for me, this has been like the toughest year for the grass and the weeds. Things have just been going crazy, and I'm just ready for the summertime to be over with the heat and the humidity. It's just driving me crazy. Breathe, breathe. But it was encouraging, I must say, when we were recently at Polyface Farms, the Disneyland for homesteaders, and even they too are having trouble managing the weeds this time of year. They had weeds growing in their greenhouses and high tunnels. I'm like, oh, I'm not the only one. But a blessing in all this is that all this vegetation has been good for our animals. It's good for our chickens, it's good for our turkeys, it's good for our goats. But it's not good for us gardeners, because that means it's more work, and it has been more work having to mow multiple times a week, weed eat. And there was this one area right here, right here, where we had lamb's quarters that were pretty tall. And the stalks on those things had gotten to be so thick that I had to upgrade my weed eater just to cut them down.
Never done this before? Giving it a shot. Whoa, look at that. Just kicked on there from old grass. It got melted on there. Put this plate on here. Turn my baby. Here. And here. Turn this one the other way.
Tight enough? Yep, now moving.
I've never used a weed eater with the brush cutter blade on it. This looks pretty serious right here.
Right here we have some lamb's quarters that has gotten pretty big and the stalks on them pretty thick. Too much for the string on the weed eater to cut. So we have the brush cutter blade on here. So that blade combined with horsepower of 1.2 and 27.2 cc's. See if we can get this done. Do this.
I'm sorry, you need to be down. I'm sure every weed has its use. And there's a lot of weeds I like to use. But horse nettle is one that I feel like I could do without. That and Bermuda grass. Mr. Meow Meow. Oh, you want to play, don't you? Ridiculous. All these beds have gotten away from me. Now, last year we did the land sabbath, so I didn't plant these. And some of my stuff came back and some didn't. But this horse nettle is awful. Oh. I want to get it out of here before these berries right here that they have, before they drop and spread more seed. Thankfully, I still got some good guys in here, like this plantain right here. Oh, bugs have eaten it, but I still have plenty of plantain hanging around. And it's good for all sorts of stuff. It's great for bug bites. I suggest you always use leather gloves when pulling horse nettle because of these nasty thorns it has on it. And even sometimes with a leather glove, they're still get through to your hands. It's so annoying. Well, this looks so much better than when I started. Look at all of this. So much horse nettle and grass. A couple weeks ago, I started cleaning out my herb garden, apothecary garden, because it was a disaster. And I made progress on it. All of this through here was full of horse nettle and weeds and grass that's tall like it is over there. It's been totally neglected for a few years now, just because it was one of those things that I couldn't get to, having so much to do, and especially this year having a baby. It's hard to get out here. But I'm chipping away and getting it done. I still have all this right here. Look how tall this grass, and I even chopped the heads off of this grass, so, or some of it, so it wouldn't drop seed. But it's hard to see what all is growing in there. My Ella campaign right here has already gone to seed. I started growing Ella campaign a few years ago because I heard that the root was really good for like coughs. So I wanted to have it on hand. I could come out here and dig it up if I need it, and just have it right here, along with like other remedies that have been used in the past, like an onion poultice is also good for congestion, different things like that. Did you grow up using home remedies? Did your mother, grandmother, what is your favorite home remedy that you've used? And would you like to know some of mine? So let me know in the comments section below. Well, this big pile of nastiness isn't going to clean itself, so I guess I'll clean up after myself and take it over there to our burn pile.
Harder.
Have you ever had a time in your life where it felt like you were dealing with thing after thing, problem after problem? Well, that tends to happen to us at this time of year, which is another reason why I don't tend to look forward to this time of year. It's frustrating. And it's also frustrating dealing with the rain and then the heat and then the rain. As well as equipment problems, just life stuff. But you know what? Out of all of that, all of those things, I would say the most frustrating aspect of it for me right now is embarrassment. And I'm not talking about the kind of embarrassment that you have like when I was working with some friends and I split my pants.
What happened to your pants?
Oh man. So I was just working, then I just squat down and bent over and it just ripped. Oh man.
Well, it's not the first time those thunder thighs have busted through some pants.
Very funny. Laugh it up.
You're laughing too.
Oh, laugh it up. Laugh it up. Yeah, there was also that one time at the gym.
That was a different type of accident.
Oh, whoops. Oh yes, yes, that was a different accident. Not gonna talk about that one. Trying to forget that one.
Oh, I don't think they want to hear about that one.
No one does.
We don't want to relive that one.
Never.
No, not that kind of embarrassment at all. The type of embarrassment that comes from when someone sees your work and you know that the work that they're seeing isn't the best that you can do. You know that you can do better, but for various reasons it's not the best work that you can do, but yet they see it. And that's how I feel right now with the garden. We started off the year, the garden looked great. And in years past, oh man, the garden was cranking throughout the year, growing all kinds of good things all over the place. But right now, it went from looking good to looking like a bunch of just mess. And I'm just like, and I could easily not show you guys this in a video, but it's just me being real and showing life. And I hope that there's somebody watching this video that you can relate. Maybe right now your garden or something isn't the best that you could know it can be, but it is what it is, and we're gonna have to just make the good out of it, move forward, and focus on the good things, because you gotta do all things without complaining and disputing, right? And I plan to do that. And even though my garden is a hot mess right now, and it's an embarrassment and not what I want it to be, I am not going to dwell on that. I don't need to dwell on that, and you don't either. I need to focus on the positive things. And God willing, I'm gonna have a fall garden that's just slamming, like in the past. And there's a lot of other positive things to focus on right now. There's a lot of good things happening here in the homestead. We got turkeys that are gearing up for Thanksgiving. We also have chicken broilers that are cranking, and we also have the biblical fall holy days that our family looks forward to at this time of year as well. And for those of you who may be in a similar situation with your garden, I encourage you not to just till it. Because if you have weeds that have grown up and gone to seeds, you don't want to just till those seeds into your soil, which is one of the reasons why I chose to use fire to burn things up in the garden, to burn up those weed seeds, as well as to use some wood that we have left over to also add some potash to the soil. And I also want to mention that you can also use a tarp. We use tarps here as well to prep our beds. And you can also use a flame weeder, which I also use. When I started earlier, I used my off-grid fire starter just because I need to practice that skill. I wanted to continue to practice it. You don't want to wait to put it into practice when you need it. You want to practice so that way you're ready when you need to be able to start a fire at any point. You say you don't have propane, you don't have lighters, all that. You want to be able to start from scratch. You can do that. So I'm going to stop rambling, and it's time to get back to work so we can get this fall garden ready. Get yours ready too.
How come the sky sometimes hides behind the clouds? Maybe it's just like me, a little bit scared of heights. Why does the rain always keep on pouring down when it's gray outside?